Greetings and welcome to ruralvacantland.com, where we have easy, cheap land priced well below the competition. So I've got today a 40-acre property in San Bernardino County, California. This particular 40-acre, I've got a couple 40 acres, 30s, and others around that size, but this one is, I'm asking $9,998. This one, I think it has a view of the Colorado River. We'll study it a little closer in this video. So the location of this thing, I'll zoom out and then zoom back in. I've never been to this property, but I'm over here in San Diego area, and this is the Colorado River. You can see Lake Mead, Lake Havasu. The thing heads down. It used to make it down to the ocean. So here's Las Vegas. Here's San Bernardino. Let's put on a map. So here's Las Vegas. Here's Los Angeles, and San Diego is down here. Let's go out a little more. San Diego, Los Angeles, Phoenix, Las Vegas. So we're kind of in between, closest to Las Vegas of the crowd. And we're just north of Interstate 40. The 95 comes down here too. The 95 goes from Mexico to Canada, north-south. The 40 goes from Barstow to, like Albuquerque and Amarillo, and it goes and goes and goes. It goes all the way to like Atlanta or something on the East Coast. So as we keep zooming in, well, let's zoom out a little bit more. Sorry. Here's Colorado River. Here's Lake Havasu down here. There's Lake Mead up here. And a lot of this tanned out area is Native American property. So it's hard to get property right on the river, right close to the river, because it's either park or Native American, or but it's good to be close. So all kinds of Arizona stuff, California stuff. Needles is on the California side, and that's the closest town. So there's the 95 here and the 40 here. So I think if you got off the 40 on the 95 a hair and took one of these little roads over here, you could get to the property. So here's the property. Here's 40 acres. It's a 40-acre square. Exact square. Let's go to maps. It's kind of at the base of this mountain. It's not very rugged. It's on a. You don't want it down the wash. It's not in the wash, but it's not on the face of the cliff either. This thing isn't right. Here it is. So it's on this base of the hill, and if we look. If I can get this to pan right, we can look west without looking through the earth. Well, let me start over. I got lost. So we want to look west. If you remember, this is where the property's at. You can see there's a little road here. It comes in, it crosses, or goes under, and then you can drive over the property. I think it goes up this way too. You drive through this way. It looks like a road. You can drive on either side of this. Okay, so let's keep zooming in. I wanted to look this direction because this is going to be your view. So you've got these rocks and these mountains to the west side of the property, and that should stop wind. Like the predominant wind in the area is coming out of the west. So when you have higher elevation to the west, that should slow down or stop a lot of the wind. And then you're nestled in behind it. You've got some rocks over here, rocks kind of all over here. This reminds me of Palm Springs. Palm Springs has rocks around the west side of it, and then on the east side of the hill it's very pleasant and calm and not so windy. Whereas you get out into the desert further, and it gets windier and not as desired. But when you're back up to these rocks to the west, you get more of a Palm Springs thing going on. So you're here in the couple of this hill, looking out over the valley. You can see all the farming that's happening in this valley. It's the Colorado River Valley, and you can look south. It goes down on and on and on, towards Mexico, and then as you look across, you see the Arizona mountains to the other side, but you're looking down in the valley, and the river is down that valley. It's kind of on this side of the valley, and there's a hill or a berm right next to the river, so I'm not sure you can actually see the water flowing, but you can see the agricultural stuff of the valley, and you can see where it would be. And if you look behind the hill, here's the rocks. The property would be in here, but here's the rocks behind the property and the hill that you're back up to that would be stopping the wind, or it'd be make a nice shooting range too, shooting into that direction. So the property is on this kind of thing in here, and the computer's having a hard time keeping up. It's hard. It's a lot of data for it to crunch, making video and doing 3D renditions of the land at the same time. So here's the marker, right in there, and then there's the Colorado River Valley. So hopefully that gives you a better picture of what I'm talking about. And here's some little roads headed into that direction. It's got underpasses under this is a railroad track, goes under the railroad track, and then you can drive in this wash, or you could probably take the wash from up here too, to get to the property. So hopefully that makes sense. It looks like this wash, if you follow it, goes right down to the river. You could probably drive that wash down to the river 99.9% of the time when it's dry. And there's the river. So maybe you can look down the wash and see the river. I'm not exactly sure, but there's berm over here that make it hard to see. And then there's these housing developments over here, people that want to live close to the river too. So you might be able to just drive down this wash and get to the river. I've never tried. That'd be for your exploration, but you can see the Colorado River here. And this is all private property along the river. Storage facilities and things. And as you follow it down, eventually you get to the bridge. There's a bridge to the north and to the south. But it's enough of that. Let's move on. So from there to this property, the railroad access road gets you around to the 95 to the 40, and from there you can go out, and there's a Walmart on the other side of the river, and you can buy supplies there. Usually where there's a Walmart, there's other stuff, Home Depot and grocery stores and everything else. So this Walmart is 28 miles away, but I found a grocery store online. I've never been to this grocery store, so I don't know how much of a grocery store it really is, but this grocery store says it's 10 miles away, so you get supplies, Needles, or Needles probably has more stuff to offer than just this, but this is what popped up first on my search. From the property to Lake Havasu City also has a Walmart and a Home Depot and all kinds of supplies down there as well. But they've also got boat launches and boat rentals, or bring your own boat and play with the toys and meet all the people that come play in Lake Havasu. I mean, it's a big, nice lake that's blocked up from a dam. People like to go boating and exploring and having fun there, and you'll meet people from Las Vegas, Phoenix, San Diego, Los Angeles. I mean, all of them come there to play. So if you want to go to Las Vegas from here, you can take the 95, just jump straight on the 95 and shoot that up north, and 102 miles to downtown Las Vegas. You're in Nevada, in hardly any time at all. It's pretty close. You get to Nevada, Palm Gardens, and you've got Bullhead City, you've got Laughlin, you got other towns that you could go to for gambling and cheaper gas and stuff too. But for the downtown Las Vegas, 102 miles. Lake Havasu, I've pulled up some pictures of Lake Havasu, just what I googled, people and boats and having fun, and it's not always loaded with people like this. That's like spring break time. Lots of the time it's open and empty, and you can go fishing and have the place to yourself and just relax. But just all kinds of pictures. So I pull up the market, San Bernardino County, 40 acres. What's the cheapest 40 acres in the county? This guy's got this one out here for $4,999. I think he keeps lowering the price over time. Not sure why that one doesn't ever sell. It seems really cheap for 40 acres. It's really, really cheap. Maybe David Crook is, I don't know what's wrong with that one. It seems like that one should sell. I don't even want to try to compete with that one. It seems like vacant middle of nowhere, a little dirt road to it. I don't get it. So mine's 40 acres, 9,998. Just explained everything about that property. Prices start shooting up from there. This other properties of mine, but you start getting deals that are more expensive that have sold recently. So I think this is really cheap land for San Bernardino County, being close to the river and all the other attributes I just explained. Wouldn't be surprised someone grabs this one pretty quick. And I also offer owner financing. If you want to do some payment plan, tell me how much you want to put down and how much you want to pay a month, and I'll figure out how many months I'd like to run that for to make it work for me. The closer to cash, more likely I'll just leave it at the cash price. If it's real quick, or if it's smaller down or longer times to get it paid off, I'll just increase the price accordingly to make it work. So please let me know if you'd like to do terms deals on any of my properties, and I'll try to accommodate you. Otherwise, $9,998 cash seems to be second to the cheapest in the county for 40 acres. I don't know what's wrong with this other guy that's the cheapest. Should probably buy both of them. Back to my website, ruralvacantland.com. And here you can go to check out. It's on my website. You can just go to the listings part of my website and find that property. $9,998 for 40 acres. And just go to the checkout. You just click here to buy now. Click on it. Enter your information. I'll get the deed done and get it recorded deed to you in short order. San Bernardino County's taken me about a month turnaround time as of when I'm filming this video. Please just check out there and I'll do all the paperwork, no fees, everything's included. And thanks for listening, thanks for watching. It's Luke Smith at ruralvacantland.com.